Hi Pisces. I am so happy that I get to sit here with you and usher in January 2018 with the Pisces clan here. I love you guys so very much. So very much. There are about 3 or 4 of you in my life who really are essential to my well-being, actually. And I look to you guys as honestly some of my deepest guides and my truest friends. And if I was ever really in an emotional bind, I know who I would be calling, and it's you guys. So thank you so much for being that with me. I love talking to you all. And I was sitting here just thinking about Pisces before I started the reading, and the word that kept coming to mind was soft. Softening, softness. And it's funny because honestly, Pisces, I know everybody likes to do the pop astrology. Oh, Pisces, they cry and they're just so obsessed with being together, and what is that? It's like, I don't really think of you guys that way. I mean, you have that side, sure. Yeah, you have that side, but I think of you much more as kind of warriors, and bringers of an intensity and a strength that I think people just don't understand because they don't know that they always understand water and the way water works. So that's all that is. So I feel like you need a soft landing place in January. There needs to be almost this exhalation. I just got the image of, the H in Hebrew is often silent. Like my name has the H at the end. And it's known as, God taking a breath. And I almost feel like January is your H. It is your breath. You need this moment. You need this moment. For some reason, things have been nagging at you. Experiences have nagged at you this year, and you have felt it. You felt every second of it. And there's something about you not needing to rush headlong into January, but instead to breathe and feel the softness with yourselves and with those around you. So I'm going to do an intuitive reading with the cards. I'm shuffling them right now, but I'll just go over the moon while I'm shuffling really quickly, because the moon is going to be very supportive of you this month, which is nice. So we have Cancer full moon on the 1st of the month, and that is your 5th house, romance, creativity. So you might be getting some visions about what you want to create next, where you want to be putting that heart energy. Really beautiful. And then we have the Capricorn new moon on the 16th, and that is in your 11th house of your friendships and those people around you. So setting intention about who you're letting close to you, I think, is really important. I think sometimes people sneak in, they creep into our lives and end up taking our energy, and you may be finding that you just need to sit and make sure, think about, spend time with the people around that time who really make you feel surrounded by support and love and warmth. And then finally we have the Leo full moon and eclipse on January 31st, and that is in your 6th house of how you're taking care of your body and your health. So anything that was flaring up for you back in August, you might be thinking about it again in January, and just finding that just comb over those details. Make sure you're taking good care of yourselves. And there's that breath that I keep talking about, that sense of there needs to be a breath before you jump headlong into this year. Now I'm looking at the energies, and they are gorgeous. They are gorgeous. They're very spiritual and soft. I mean, soft is the word, actually. It's for the most part, they're very soft. So let's just go over these. I'm doing these in groups of 3 this month. To start off with, we have the 8 of Wands, 10 of Cups, and 2 of Wands. So it's funny, I was saying it's soft, and you don't want to start by jumping into the drama or the intensity right away. However, the 8 of Wands is right here, and the 8 of Wands is about action, opening, movement, opportunity. Something coming in and sweeping you up and taking you off. I mean, that Cancer full moon is in your 5th house of romance. I mean, this could be very romantic. It is sitting next to the 10 of Cups. So I think there's going to be a temptation to ride this energy and think that this is where the intensity level you have to be at for the entire month. However, while this might be on the surface, what's really going on underneath is this stuff right here. The Ten of Cups is about being happy in relationships. You know, the most intimate, deep of long-term relationships. So this has to do with keeping people close to you that allow you to take a breath. Allow you, Pisces, to be in that mode of yourself. Not the salty, edgy mode that I know you guys have. This is great. You are hilarious. You're some of the funniest people, and you definitely have a sharp edge. Do not mess with the Pisces. But you sometimes have to be allowed to be quiet and held by the world. The world is a brutal place sometimes, and sometimes it's nice to not have to have your whip with you, right? You don't want to always have to be using it. And there's a soft place here for that. So focusing on that is going to be really key because, and I see that happening. I mean, this is such great energy. I mean, this is such great energy, you all. This right here is utter support. Utter support. So I'm seeing you have that. I'm seeing you have the love and feel the love and feel very much that you can stop and take a moment to be with this, which is really good. And you know, this Two of Wands is also taking a moment. Here's a breath card. Because here's the thing. When the Two of Wands shows up, it's this guy who has the whole world in his hands. He's looking at the globe. He is standing at a doorway. He is standing at a threshold of what is next. Preparing. Thinking. Being calm and quiet and centered. And this position is so powerful because this is how you manifest what you really want. And I think the breath is very important for Pisces this month because you all need to get very clear on what you actually want. You need to get very clear. I think some of you have a project that is near and dear to your heart, a family, something with your family, whether it's like to have another child or to move houses or to move in together with somebody, take something to the next level in your life. You know that it's there. You need to sit with this for a little bit and get very clear with it. Because if you can take this January to do that, it will unfold. It will be there to support you. I mean, all this energy is supporting your vision. It's saying you can have this. You can have this. You can absolutely have this. You do have to stand at this doorway for a minute and just check it. Make sure. Because if you stick with this Eight of Wands energy and you just do movement, work yourself to the bone, stay busy all the time, you won't hear the softness of this. So, and it does have to do with your emotional fulfillment. It seems to me that no matter, even if it's a work thing, if you are in a supportive environment, you will be happier, right? You will do more, you will get more done, you will be more productive. It's a very important thing, right? Now, let's look at the next three cards, and maybe this will give us an idea of what's going on as far as why I feel so strongly that you guys need to take a pause and get very real with something. We have the Star, we have the Ten of Swords, and we have Temperance. So this is really interesting because what I'm seeing here is a deep healing journey. And here's that breath again that I keep saying, that breath, that softness. The Star is deeply connected to two things. One is the secret, most deeply held desire you have. You know, that thing that you haven't maybe quite let yourself say you can have. This is about getting what you want. So this is a preview of 2018 for Pisces, especially if you take this breath. Because it's saying you can have this thing, you can have this experience, you can have this manifestation. But the other side of this is healing something. The Star is deeply about healing. She comes in with her nectar, with her magical star water, and waters the earth with it. She tempers these two and allows something to go. So you are getting what you want. You have to take the breath to release the wound. To give yourself a break. Quite honestly, what I'm feeling, Pisces, is you've got to give yourself a break. There's something you haven't quite come to peace with yourself. You felt that you've had to take something on. You felt that you've had to do something a certain way. And this is telling me, no, this is a time to be quiet and release. And part of the reason I'm saying that too is we have this Ten of Swords. Now, this is the end of a cycle. This is shedding an old skin. And while it looks very brutal and it looks very intense, and it can look like, you know, if somebody was just looking at it, they'd say, this is a backstabbing card. But it's not. This is releasing a mental cycle. This is releasing some kind of belief system or time that felt a certain way. And it does look brutal because it's saying it has to go. Something has to be severed. Something has to be changed. Something has to be adjusted. It just has to change. And the thing that I love about this is it's releasing you. This is all about release. In fact, I was talking about tempering. The temperance card came up. This is also about partnership. This is also about the people you have around you. Both of these cards are very lucky. They are about soul expansion. They are about getting to the next level in your existence. They are about connecting deeply with yourself and with others. They are about taking magical elements and tempering them and making something new, fusing a new identity, fusing a new material. You know, it's alchemy. These are both alchemy cards, and they work, one works with air and one works with fire. Both are saying you are on the verge of having exactly what you want. You are on the verge of having so much freedom and so much happiness and so much contentment, but it has everything to do with releasing, exhaling, exhaling. The Hebrew H, keep just thinking about it, exhaling. I don't know why I'm feeling so much with the Hebrew right now. If you've never read Song of Songs from the Old Testament, and I rarely bring up the Bible, Pisces, I think the Song of Songs would be something really beautiful to sit with. It's a beautiful poem, and I'm in love with it. It's a beautiful poem about timing, about the natural flow of the natural world, and about love, about connection, about soul connection, and about release and embrace. And for some reason, I'm feeling very strongly that those are themes you need this month in this breath, in this soft space, is the embrace and the release. I know you know how to do that, but there's something about that's hitting me. I'm feeling very deep and introspective in this reading, by the way. If you haven't noticed, I'm not feeling very sassy with you all today. Now, these are also, I mean, really, these energies are so gorgeous. Pisces, this is an amazing reading. It is a very positive reading. It's very much a reading about you ascending. I mean, really being born in a new way. Feeling very much that you are allowed to graduate from something. Something has ended. You know, there's a phase that's done, and you're being ushered right into it. I mean, it's amazing. I can't help but think of the Holy Grail in Indiana Jones, when the guy pours the water from the Holy Grail onto the wound and it fizzes and then heals. It's like you guys are getting that bath of refreshing water, you know? You're getting the healing water. Now the last three cards, and part of the reason I say that is the last three cards, and they have everything to do with that breath again. So we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and then we have the Queen of Cups. Ace of Swords is a clarifying energy. I mean, this is a new start. I do feel that as you're going through this breath month, this big breath month, and I mean, you know, by the end of the month, we are heading into your 12th house. We are heading into Aquarius season, which that star is Aquarius card. We are heading into a time when you're going to be doing some behind the scenes soul work. So it's not surprising that that's showing up. Now, Ace of Swords is a new beginning. It's a new start. This is communication. This is getting communication from somebody. It could be from you as well. I mean, sword will not only clarify something, it will also cut anything that no longer serves. So this could be playing on two different levels. But what I tend to feel with you is this is an opportunity. This is that crystal clear vision of where you're going next. This is that very, very prominent sense that you're not going back to this anymore. I mean, in fact, you know, the Ten of Swords in this spread was over the Ten of Cups. You're here, you know. These two are different ways of completion. One is about getting everything you want. One is about closing out anything you don't want. And they both work together. And they're taking you to this clarifying path of knowing. Really knowing what you are and who you are and where you're going. This is that moment that phone call you've been waiting for, that job you've been waiting for, that lover, that opportunity, that knowing that you want to have that second kid, or that knowing you want to leave a certain job. That's coming. In this soft spot, in this breath, you are getting that answer. And it's bringing you a lot of contentment. 9 of Pentacles and Queen of Cups. These are energies of contentment. 9 of Pentacles is feeling in your own skin. I mean, here's that breath again, but this is nice because this isn't a homework breath. This is the breath of taking some time for yourself, taking some time not to push so hard. Push so hard on all your dreams and ideals. Sometimes things manifest more easily if we take the time to be quiet with them, right? And that's everything that's saying here. Queen of Cups is getting into your natural element. Getting into that place of water, of intuition, of knowing that all of this is unfolding for you with no effort, with no struggle, with no sense of punishment or hardship or meanness. There's a softness to all of this energy. I mean, even the 10 of Swords is soft because of the fact that it's surrounded by the alchemists. It's very magical the way that this reading is coming out. I feel it. I feel it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, you guys. I just think you're right where you need to be. You can put down the whip. I know, you guys, we all need it. We all need to be on the go mode, the on it mode, the persistent mode. But sometimes, like right now in this reading, I see you needing the softness. Because you are at a gateway. You're at the beginning of something. You are really at the beginning of something beautiful. Really, really beautiful. So, sit in your watery power. Go back to that. Exhale. Yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it today. That's really where I'm going to leave it today. Now, I'm going to leave my website, my email, and my Instagram in the description box. Please get in touch with me. I love working with Pisces so much, and I would love to work with any of you that would like to get in touch and do a personal reading with me. I do video readings, Skype readings, phone readings, so we can figure it out. I'm sending you all the best for this magical and deeply intense January. I have loved talking to you guys and getting into this zone. It's so beautiful. And I will talk to you again in February.